So what I'm looking at is I have a list of all the campaigns and places I've tested already, because it's getting pretty overcrowded all over the place, and I need a way to sort of track what interests I've tested, what countries I've tested, and what custom audiences I've tested. So as you can see, I have all the interests I've tested on one column. I have all the 95% lookalike audiences I've tested, all the page view lookalike audiences I tested, and this allows me to really know with what I'm working with. So now initiate checkout. I've tested worldwide, and that's about it. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to sort by filter. So I'm going to search 001 and see the ROAS on all my interests targeting ad sets and see how well they perform. So I add in a filter, ad set name 001, and as you can see, all our 10 interest ad sets have a ROAS of 1.8. I'm going to go ahead and check the ROAS on the 95% lookalike audiences. And that's why I love my naming convention and the way I organize things. And damn, the 95% lookalike audiences are only giving us a 1.37 ROAS. Pretty cool tactic, right? Like, this is something I came up with. I don't see anyone doing. So hopefully I shouldn't be sharing this on YouTube, but hopefully this helps someone. And if you become successful, let me know. I want to hear your success story. Bam, add to cart. Page view lookalike audiences doing pretty well, 1.5 ROAS. Now let's check how well the initiate checkout lookalike audiences. Now, if I remember correctly, we created the initiate checkout lookalike audiences when it was below 1,000 initiate checkouts. So as a result, the data was very, very weak, and it wasn't enough data to create a solid lookalike audience, and that's why we got 0.85 ROAS. But as you can see, the interests are doing very, very well. So based on this data, I should create more interests lookalike audiences, and I should create more page view lookalike audiences. So I'm going to start with interests. I'm going to look at all the top ROAS interests, and then I'm going to, based on those, I'm going to create new interests, single interests around the best interests. So watch did very, very well. Now I'm going to look for every other interest that's similar to watch. And I'm going to do the same thing with LeBron James and smartwatch. So now I'm going to duplicate each 3 times. So I'm going to launch 9 more interests. Start the budget at $20. So initially I started interest at $10. I think I'm going a bit harder now since I know the product works. So I'm putting it at $20 starting. And what I'm doing is also I'm checking out the placements to see where it's doing the best. As you can see, some ad sets Facebook does really well, some ad sets Instagram does really well. For example, this one, for watch, Instagram is just doing insanely better. Like, Instagram is outperforming Facebook. So I select all the new ad sets I'm going to do, and as a result, I pick Instagram newsfeed only. Now I'm going to each of the winning interests that have high ROAS that I duplicated and looking for the nearest suggested interest. So this is how you create offstrings that are similar to the winning interest. So this is how you horizontally scale. For the smartwatch, I try Rolex, try smart device. For LeBron James, I put in Michael Jordan, I tried James Harden, and I tried basketball. So I mix it up and put in just something broad like basketball. That's how you go ahead and horizontally scale. So I launched those 9 extra interests, and then I realized that each one of the interests still had 3 ad sets underneath it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the 2 that isn't as strong as that first black and white ad that we made at the very beginning of this sort of program. So I'm going to select all the watches, all the new 9 interests, go to the ads, sort it by name, and turn off everything that is not the black and white version, because that's sort of why we created these variations, to learn which was the best. And I'll go ahead and delete them.